Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
What's up, everybody? The voice sounds a little weird, but it's because I just took a nap and now I'm kind of getting it back together. So my voice will come back. It was better this morning. Hi, it's Adam. It's me. And we're ready. And my computer keyboard is dying here. So I'm trying to get, there we go. All right, content. I'm just in the back end of YouTube. Freddie Anderson's got the start tonight. Let's get into it. I'm that's why I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Hey, hi everybody. Listen, I'm so pumped to be doing this. Voice sounds a little rough, but I feel great. I feel fantastic. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. People are saying, drink some liquid. We got 2 games to get through, and we're going to do it. You know, I took a break from speaking for the last couple hours, and then my voice was like, you know what? I'm going to go away for a while. So we're just warming it back up. We're warming it back up. It's coming back. Czechia, Denmark. I think this might be our best shot at an upset. I don't see Latvia getting by Sweden, although Sweden's looked a little bit rocky, right? Shall we say? So I feel like this could be our best opportunity to see something wild happen. Now, Czechia's got a great team. The Danes have a underrated team, I think. Includes Bjorkstrand, Ehlers. Ehlers has had a great tournament, especially by the advanced numbers. Lars Eller, Nick Jensen. Guys, I'm just trying to, name guys that you might know. There's also a Nicholas B. Jensen on on defense, because you need two of them. Freddie Anderson in net. And then, of course, the Czech team, it's David Pasternak, right? And it's Marty Nietzsche, right? It's a pretty strong right side. David Kampf, Leaf Great is playing. Cervenka, you would know. Lucas Sedlak, you'd know Thomas Hertel, you'd know Andre Kasha, David Tomasek, for all of my Oilers fans out there. You guys all know. For whatever reason, I don't have the right stream up. Huh. I can't see all your, no, yeah, I might have. There it is. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. I might have turned on the Latvia Sweden one, Hayden. I might have. Just have a look at it, see if it happened. I might have turned on a stream for Hayden, and he's probably gonna kill me. He's looking at it right now. Okay, so we're not live on that. Okay, good. Is it mic trouble or is it my voice? It is my voice. The mic's perfectly fine. Adam, drink a gallon of chamomile and take care of your voice. Voice will be fine. It's coming back. It was sounding good this morning, I think. And you know what? I feel like it's already coming back. It's because I took a nice little nap in between our two streams. There's a couch right over there on in SDPN. I took a little snooze. And then my voice was like, I'm just a little late waking up. So here we go. Now, obviously a good start for the Czechs, a couple of shots on net already. They're going to dominate the majority of the puck play here. Oh, we've lost the feed from the Olympics, and the feed is back. Anderson with a good save there. I think we're in for a good game. The pace of this game is already good. Pasternak's causing issues. Shot. Anderson with a right toe save. Pasternak taken down in the zone, and the puck is nowhere near him yet. There is no call on that play. Josh says, "Hey, Adam, you sound like Michael Bublé." Well, thank you. Dapper Duck, hello from Halifax. I'm down with the flu while trying to move out of my apartment. Oh, that's brutal. We don't love the flu. We don't like that. Now, how many of my people are rejoining us from this morning? Had a nice 3-hour stream this morning with Hayden and Justin. A big shout out to them, both of them, because they've been amazing to work with. And they got up early to do this today, and God bless them for doing it. We have a ton of streaming left to go. This game, and then we have our game later on today. So it's going to be great. We got a hello from Quebec City. We got a go Latvia. Canadians fan here, even after all the Suzuki slandering on the podcast. Oh, that's funny. Zay says, I'm recovering from surgery. I'll be here all day. Zay, it sounds like we're both in recovery, yours being a lot more serious than mine. Pasternak causing more issues for the Danes. Shot by Ruda. That's wide. There were some questions about whether or not Jan Ruda was going to be able to play today. He's been struggling with an injury all tournament long, but playing, and he's going to be a factor. Pasternak continuing to cause issues. The Danes just trying to kind of hold on here, and you can really tell the Czechs came out flying. They are absolutely carrying the game. And, the Danes it's 5-on-5 here. This is not a power play. And yet, here we go. We get a hello from Texas. What's up, Texas? I love it. People tuning in from Texas. So great. Philip Roenick, noted Alan Walsh client, is going to be, well, there's two noted Alan Walsh clients on the defense, Roenick and Jan Ruda. I just got a text from Justin telling me that my voice sounds like a V10 Formula One engine from 20 years ago. That's a good thing. Those are the best sounding engines in Formula One history, as far as I'm concerned. I'll see, now my voice is back. You hear it? It's coming. James says, Adam out here talking like he's about to sub Suzuki for Martin Ferk. Hell yeah. Shot wide by the Danes. See, here's the thing. The Danes are going to have to take advantage of those kind of opportunities where the Czechs maybe make a mistake. you cannot miss if you're the Danes. And the guy that is creating the most offense for them this tournament, no surprise, he is top 10 in offense created in the entire tournament just by scoring chances, is Nick Ehlers. He is going to be game, set, and match for Team Denmark if they're able to pull something off here. Hayden thinks it's fitting that I sound like Alan Walsh while watching the Czechs here. I mean, yeah, kind of a little bit. Alan just naturally sounds this way. This is a new look for me. Josh says, better question. Will Adam sound like Formula E this evening? As in no sound at all. Danes get the puck past. Czechs recover. Here we go. Nietzsche's, by the way, another underrated. Everybody talks about Czechia and David Pastrnak. If you follow the NHL Europe accounts, they're actually way better than the original NHL accounts. It's kind of bizarre, but like way better, way funnier. Like if you want good, just good hockey content, you should check out NHL Europe. And they said when when you think Czechia, what do you think? And every NHL player from every team said David Pastrnak. And I mean, listen, they're not wrong, but I think that's Marty Nietzsche's erasure. Marty Nietzsche's, Pasternak's got 71 points. Martin Nietzsche's, currently in the NHL, has 62. Right there behind him. I mean, listen, am I saying that he's close to David Pastrnak? No, but Marty Nietzsche's is going to have a crazy, probably 100-point year. That's what we're looking at here. He's having a breakout in the way we haven't seen this guy play. It's amazing. Brian says, I saw Matt Bradley, Italy's top scorer at this Olympics, is injured, had to leave the game against Switzerland. Well, that's a shame, but that will be Italy's last game this Olympics. Smash and Heart says Nietzsche's has been the best Czech in this tournament, in my humble opinion. Well, there you go. Stratacat says Czech are probably going to win, so I'm going to root for Latvia. Well, that's going to be Latvia, Sweden. That's this afternoon. And yes, my voice will hold up for that. My voice will be beautiful and sexy. It's going to be the sexiest voice you've ever heard. See how much better it already sounds? We're good. I'm so glad you guys are joining me on a work day. I'd love to know, everybody who's in the chat right now would love to know, where are you tuning in from? Like, not like what city. I want to know what you're doing right now, because it's a Tuesday morning in North America. For most of us, it was a long weekend. What are you guys doing? What's happening? I don't know. I think it's to honor the presidents. It's President's Day in the States, Family Day in Canada. Oh, we got a penalty. That is going to be Czechia going to the box. Number 44. So that'd be Jan Ruda. Okay, so here we go. Working from home, playing the streams in the background. We've got lab technician in a science department in a university. Somebody's working on a pharmacy research paper. We got Handsome Dan sitting on his couch. We got Askus, who I'm very jealous of, in bed, just woke up. KC working remotely. Chris says tuning in from home, just got off a call with a Czech vendor. A lot of people at work chilling before work. Hockey Freaks got us plugged into his Apple CarPlay system driving. Yeah, lots of work from home. We love that. Oh, and Canada just won gold in women's speed skating. Yay. It's been a tough Olympics for gold medals for Canada. .130 left in this Danish power play. They've yet to create any sort of offensive pressure. The Czechs have done a really great job holding them out. Ehlers to Bjorkstrand, back down to Ehlers. Number 24, watch number 24. If anything's getting done for the Danes, it's going through him. Bjorkstrand. There's Ehlers. Shot was blocked, tried to force the play, and 1 minute left in this power play. Gabby says, Adam. What's up, Gabby? Riddich says, kind of rooting for Denmark after the Greenland threat over the past months. They deserve a feel-good moment. They do. They do. They've had some pretty good moments in the other sports too. Oh, here we go. Kasha. That's Leaf great Andre Kasha. Killing penalties still. You know, he was a really, really good hockey player. It's such a shame about the concussions, but he's continued on and had a great career in Europe. I just think, the NHL and the European games are very different. And sometimes some people are more prone to headshots than others, or I guess head trauma. Good for Kasha for continuing to play, though. Nelson says, I'm working today. Who's winning? Nobody's winning yet. It's 0-0, Nelson. Dane's still on a power play. It just expires. Out comes Jan Ruda. Shot and saved. Dostal is the goalie for the Czechs. That's why it's hard to imagine the Danes beating them. Dostal's such a good goalie. He's like one of the next stars, Adam Kerr says, I wonder how many players will get NHL contracts out of this tournament. I would love to see Andrighetto or Kempny back in the NHL. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. Like, a lot of people are like, wow, Damian Clara, that Italian goaltender, he deserves an NHL contract. And people are like, you're gonna be blown away when I tell you this. Third round pick of the Anaheim Ducks. He's a good goalie. Although I guess that doesn't mean he's necessarily signed his entry contract, but I think there will be. Maybe a couple of forwards you give a shot. My bet is both of them are Pittsburgh Penguins. Kyle Dubas loves the project from Europe. Loves it. And you know what? A lot of time he picks pretty good players. Hayden said, do you think a team's going to take a run at Belmar? No, I don't think 40-year-old Pierre-Edouard Belmar is going to be in the NHL anymore. Speaking of good goalies, did you see Damian Clara? Buddy, I did Damian Clara's first game, Sweden, Italy. And he was unbelievable. 46 saves, I think, in that game. He had 48 today, right, Hayden? Yeah, that's just, and Hayden told me earlier this morning, throughout the tournament, Damian Clara, despite not playing all the minutes, because Fedini came in in relief in one game and then started another, and then Clara came in relief. He made 133 saves in 4 games. That's the most in the tournament. I mean, that's nuts. 133 saves in 4 games is crazy. Oh, nice shot in. And out comes Marty Nietzsche. Whoa, what a move. Cuts back. Man, his skating is incredible. Oh, Dane's got away with another potential penalty there. Stick was in the ribs of the Czech forward. No hand up from the refs. I kind of thought there might be there. There have been a couple where I'm like, Denmark could have taken a penalty. They're pushing in. Hey, Hayden, would you be able to cue that thing up for the intermission? What you just mentioned? Yeah, because we got the rights to it. We might as well play it. At the end of this period, we got a special little surprise for you guys. I'm kind of excited for it. Francois wants to know where we're watching the game. This game is on. I have it on Sportsnet Ontario. I think Sportsnet across the country is carrying it. Big shout out, by the way, to producer Hayden and Justin, who does all of our social media. And he's doing the chat today. Justin and Hayden are going to be with me on this insane journey that we're on of 3 games. Oh, Rob's joining us. Okay, good. Justin's going to take stream 3 off. That's good. Okay. Robert will join us for that. But Justin had to get up early and handle this stream. God bless him. And Hayden, too. There is 9 hours of streaming happening on SDPN today. I'm doing it all. And so is Hayden. Justin is wimping out for game 3. He's like, he's saying he has other work to do. I mean, whatever, man. James Hamilton. Adam, use your powers to incense Europeans. Who would win in their prime, the Danes or Bohemia? Well, if you're taking the Danes in their prime, then you're talking about like the Vikings, right? But Bohemia in their prime would probably be a little bit later than that. Well, it's a tough match. If we're talking pre-gunpowder, are we talking pre-gunpowder? By the way, Canada beat the Netherlands in the skating. That's amazing. If we're talking pre-gunpowder, let's go Danes. They were everywhere, those Danes. Red Wings fan in Wisconsin says, Adam, what upset is most likely? Canadian women beating the U.S. on their side, or U.S. men beating Canada on their side? To be honest with you, I actually think the Canadian women beating Team USA would be a bigger upset in hockey terms. It'd be a bigger story if USA beats Canada on the men's side, obviously. But in terms of skill differential, in women's hockey, it's been like this for a long, long time. It's a 2-horse race at the top. It doesn't mean that there aren't other great teams and great players, but it's US, Canada, and then everybody else, or Canada, US, and then everybody else. And the Canadian women's program, while it has fantastic talent, I don't know if it's the way Troy Scott coaches. I don't know if it's the system they play, the players they decided to bring this year, but they look decidedly slower. And that game versus Switzerland, I mean, Switzerland yesterday, even the Swiss players were like, they looked fragile and gettable. And like the score wasn't particularly close, but that first period was like objectively bad hockey. Like it just was. And I say that with full reverence for anybody who's an athlete, but it wasn't good. And Canada didn't look good. I think the U.S. has lapped Canada here on the women's side. And I think Hockey Canada's got a lot of work to do. I mean, you look at even the last 365 days, Canada and the United States have played, I think, 7 rivalry series games, and I think that Canada's lost them all. Like, yeah, if Canada beats the United States on the women's side, it's absolutely, unequivocally the bigger upset. It would be a shock. It would be like the Americans beating the Soviets in Lake, is it Lake Placid? Whatever, 1980. It's crazy. Jack Long, where do you think a Russian team would finish in this tournament? It's a really, really good question. They have, first off, I think the Russians would be either first or second in best goaltenders. Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky, Shesterkin. The problem is Vasilevsky has been perpetually injured for like 3 seasons, right? He's been great this year, though, man. Whoa. Shesterkin has had his injury problems. And Bobrovsky hasn't as much, but he's 37, 38. So maybe I give the edge to the Americans just for age. Like, it's like they've got great goalies. They also have complete psychos up front. Evgeny Malkin having a renaissance year. Kucherov is being Kucherov. He's phenomenal. Probably, if he's not winning the Hart this year, he's going to get second place. I actually think Kucherov probably deserves the Hart. All the injuries Tampa's had, and he's still leading the division. Like, Oh yeah, so people keep saying, yeah, Russian also they have Sorokin as well. And he's been phenomenal. Sorokin probably should be their starter based on the season he's having in New York. I think this Russian team would be a top 3 team. The one thing I'll say, and this will not be extremely popular because people seem to fantasize a little bit or rose-colored glasses the Russian teams in years past. I don't think Russia has not had the strongest defense in the NHL era at the Olympics. And they I don't know how to say this. They haven't really put it all together. They've always had the pieces, but I think the highest they finished, is it not bronze? Is that not their highest finish with NHLers at the Olympics, which is surprising, right? So part of it is, yeah, you look great on paper, but part of it is getting the job done. So for those reasons, I would say I'll give Russia a bronze in this. I still think Canada and the United States are better. I think Russia and Sweden, like Sweden would get their butts kicked by Russia, especially the way Sweden is playing. Sweden's not playing well. Like you guys all know that. So my bet is that's what you kind of have to go with, right? Steeson says, Adam, who had the better dynasty, the 80s Oilers, the 50s, 60s Celtics, the 50s to 70s Habs, or the Mali Empire? I'm going to say the 70s Habs. The 70s Habs. I know we talk about the 80s Oilers a lot, and they were great, and they won 5 cups, because I still count that 1990 Cup as an 80s Cup because it was 89-90. Montreal won 5 straight Stanley Cups. And if you look at Ken Dryden's record, it wasn't particularly close. Like nobody could touch Montreal. So Habs all day. Sorry, Molly. Sorry, 80s Oilers. Sorry, 50s, 60s Celtics. 5 cups in 5 years. Come on. What are we even doing here? Luke wants to know, what are the shots now? 8-4 in favor of Czechia. The Danes have kind of evened out the play just a little bit. I'm not saying that Czechia doesn't still look like the better team, but with 3:50 left to go, we got a shot on net, almost redirected, but Dostal was able to kick it aside. It comes out past the blue line. Czechs reload, come in. Here comes Bjorkstrand. Ehlers. So they got the top lines out there for the Danes. Puck over the net. I told you, you got to watch for those puck over nets. Pastrnak is out there as well. Almost had a quick break. Intercepted the pass, but not able to capitalize on it. Here comes Pastrnak. Hronek with a shot. It goes wide, and it's going to go all the way back to the Czech zone. Quaddy says, if the Danes can score first, we might be in this one. You might. Matthew Ness says, I want to know why you hate Auston Matthews. Do I hate Auston Matthews? That's news to me. Hayden, do you hate Auston Matthews? Hayden hates him the most. Justin, do you hate Auston Matthews? Can you leave that in the chat? We would like to know if you also hate Auston Matthews, being Leaf fans and certified haters. I mean, it's always easiest to hate a Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's be honest. That's okay. Justin does not hate Auston Matthews, despite the many accusations and the many questions around Justin hating Auston Matthews. He does not hate him. Ice Knight says, I heard you hate all captains from Canadian teams. No, it's only American captains from Canadian teams. That's 2. Ottawa, Toronto. Right? Am I missing anybody? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Don't tell the press that I hate Auston Matthews. Wow, I didn't know justice. Quad 8, didn't you guys do a whole segment how bullshit it is the US is treating Matthews this way? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did. I think we did it yesterday on the show. I do think it's a load of crap, but I think it's just you if he's a Leaf. Oh, are they going to play the first intermission clip here? No, they're not going to play it. Oh, you have it. Oh, okay. I won't even get into it. Sorry, Hayden. I misunderstood. So Hayden's a master. I don't know if you guys know this. Hayden just switched up our clips. So in the first intermission, after we show you the fun little thing we're going to show you, um, Hayden is going to play for you our clip on why it's so interesting that the U.S. media has jumped on hating Auston Matthews, and we'll let you be the judge. I'm not saying he's a great captain. All I'm saying is I don't know, and neither do you. So yeah, there's that, and we've got also something really special to run right off the top here. As soon as the period ends, do not miss this. It might be the best hockey highlight you have not seen this morning. Jerry says, who would you pick to score the first goal from each team? I'll tell you this. So the Danes, one of the guys that's creating the most offense for them, and it makes sense that he would be, is Nick Ehlers. I think he's top 6 in the tournament. He's up there with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Pasternak, Nietzsche, and I forget the other name for like chances created, goals, assist points. And so I'd say Ehlers is more of an assist guy. So let's say Ehlers to Bjorkstrand. Okay. I would say Bjorkstrand is going to score the first goal. And for the Czechs, something tells me it's going to be Pasternak. He's such a dog. Like, he's so great. I want to say Nietzsche too, because I can see Pasternak setting him up. They both have it going today. Like, they're both moving. But I'm going to go with the obvious pick for the Czechs, mostly because every game I tend to watch too, David Pasternak is lighting it up. Jacob says Nick Olsson has scored 3 goals this tournament. Well, maybe I should have picked him. You should pick him. Nick Olsson, by the way, do a little deep dive on Nick Olsson. That's why we love these international tournaments. Tell me more about this man. He is undrafted, 30 years old. Oh, we got a nice trip there. Finally, the Danes are going to the box. The United States, Nietzsche really went in hard. And that's okay. So now we're going to see the Czechs on the power play, and this is scary. By the way, Olsson, who has 3 goals in this tournament for the Danes, has never played in North America, currently plays in the Czech League. Before that, he spent years in the Swedish Elite League. So, it's an opportunity for all these guys to come out and make a good impression with NHL general managers there. Pasternak. Back to Hronek, to Pasternak. Download at Nietzsche. Nietzsche's across ice, and that is intercepted by the Danes and thrown down the ice. Dostal is going to stop that. Mike Johnson says he thinks Marty Nietzsche might be a little shooken up. He made a bad pass to basically nobody. Chervenka. He's got the Danes have a very active PK. They're going to try to gap up on you quickly. It's probably the only thing that they can do to stop these big shooters, because you got to think Nietzsche, Hronek, Pasternak, those are pretty nasty players to have against you on a power play. It's kind of scary, bit of a murderer's row. You can't be taking too many penalties against these guys. And obviously you've got Sedlak and Cervenka, but a little less dangerous. Oh, man. And Palat just got spun around on his knees. He's okay. shot in. 26 seconds to go. Palat trying to make something happen. And here come the Danes. I think they're going to have a quick break here. Eller tried to get something going. He couldn't. Just broken up by the Czech defense. And the Danes are going to rag this puck and then dump it down the ice. 6 seconds left in the period. Power play is over. And we have a scoreless first period. I think that's interesting. I think that's a story. Very interesting. I would have expected the Czechs to be at least up a goal, but they are not. Okay. So Hayden and I promised you we got something cool to show you. Okay. Hayden. All right. Hayden says it might not work. We're going to try. Okay. So this is a goalie fight, and it's a good one. Yesterday, a first-round pick of the San Jose Sharks, his name is Josh Ravensbergen. Who did he have the fight with, Hayden? Did we see that? Ravensbergen? Okay, all right. So this is from the WHL. Let's see if we can play it. Can we play it?
Oh, the goalies are fighting! Oh my goodness! Josh Ravensbergen!
Playing. All right, there it is. Look at this fight and look at this takedown. Wham! Unbelievable. And what I like about this too is the tap on the back afterwards. They have a fight and they're like, great job. Gotta love that. Gotta love that.
Look over at Josh Ravensbergen with a hard right to
the WHL has, look at that fight. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is they're checking on each other afterwards, having a good laugh about it.
Holy smokes.
You got to think the San Jose Sharks are watching this going, yeah, we like that kind of fire. That's great. That's great. Love that. That's some good sportsmanship, a good tussle, good entertainment for the fans. Nobody gets hurt. And I believe in the WHL, they might get kicked out for that, but whatever. I think that's a good one. All right, now let's do some Tim Hortons cards. You guys have told you about these. In Canada, if you're watching from another country, you don't get these. But if you are in Canada and you're looking for a coffee today, I'd go to Tim Hortons because not only do you get 3 cards in every pack with these Tim Hortons Team Canada hockey cards, 2 base, 1 specialty. It can be gift cards. It can be specialty. Okay, I'll give you an idea. Current Olympian, Drew Doughty. Current Olympian, Blair Turnbull. Olympic gold medalist and God, except for when he was playing my Toronto Maple Leafs. That would be Carey mother effing Price. Carey Price, Montreal Canadiens God. And I'm sorry, I can only love him when he's wearing this jersey. I can't have him wearing the other one with blue on it because no. He broke my heart way too many times. Let's do another one. Okay. See if I finally get the donut gift card that Jesse's been after. Oh, here's throwing one back. Oh, I got an All Legends one. Okay. So first off, my specialty card is the same as my other specialty card. It's a Carey Price, baby. But I love this. I got 2 of the greatest Canadian international and domestic centers ever. Numero uno, Mark Messier, Canada Cup, World Championships, big-time scorer and big-time defensive player. And I love this one, Salt Lake City hero, captain of Team Canada, Mr. Mario Lemieux. He was unbelievable in that tournament too. 6 points, 5 games. That was the height of the dead puck era too. Oh, we love ourselves some Mario. Mike Schmidt says, woke up at 6 a.m. against my will because of my cats, and I caught the morning stream. You are actually sounding way better. Thank you, Mike. I'm glad you didn't catch the first 2 minutes of this stream because I sounded horrible. France, by the way, Hayden likes that because that's how Hayden woke up this morning. And I think Justin was up early because he has a dog. Francois LaBelle, no donuts yet? No, sir, not yet, but maybe at the second intermission. Now, if you wanted to know about Auston Matthews, if you wanted to know our thoughts on the criticism of him being captain, have a look at this segment, and I'll see you at the beginning of the second intermission. The United States, through the first 2 games, and this is where people really have doubted them, and I think to their to their discredit. People are like, oh, the U.S. looks mid. Each of the first 2 games, by minute 30, the United States said, okay, grabbed them by the throat and choked them.
Yes.
And like it was over. Yeah, first 30 minutes, the other teams in the game, the United States was sort of playing with their food. Very clearly from the outset, the Tkachuk line with the Eichels was good. Sorry, the Eichels. The Tkachuks and Eichel. There's not 2 Eichels, there's 2
Right.
Tkachuks. That was a great line. The Matthews line took a little bit of time to get going. Didn't get much done in the first game. Second game, they came on. Third game were great, and we'll get into it in a second. Brock Nelson obviously carried them through the first game a little bit, but this American team, I know that American fans are pissed off that Caulfield and Robertson are not there. Specifically Robertson more than Caulfield, okay? I get it. That doesn't mean this team sucks.
No.
This team's actually incredible.
No.
And they have, for my money, probably the best overall NHL goaltending at the tournament. Like not even close.
Undisputed.
They have the best overall defense core. I would take Cale Makar over any of those guys, but I think 2 and 3 are on the American roster, and they're playing together. Werenski and Hughes as a fucking pairing. Are you kidding me? Right?
But wasn't it Hughes McAvoy?
It was, and then they made Werenski Hughes midway through the game.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it was like they're pretty mobile, right?
Yeah, just a bit, eh?
I want to talk about the fact that so many American commentators have said Auston Matthews shouldn't be the captain. You had Mark Lazarus talking about how the team, it's Brady and Matthews' team. And they love the red, white, and blue. Rah, rah. I'm like, guys, listen, we know Mark. I like Mark a lot. And I'm not here to tell you that Auston Matthews is the perfect captain of Team USA. I'm not. But I do find it, just because Brady and Matthew are the loudest guys on the ice, I don't know that they're the captains of this team. And if you were to pull it off of Matthews, I don't think it's going to be either of those guys. I don't even think it's Jack Eichel. I think it's Quinn Hughes.
Can I say something softly, and I hope no Florida Panther fan is listening?
Give it to me.
Matthew Tkachuk's not even the captain of his team.
I know. I know.
Right.
What are we doing?
Brady Tkachuk is.
Yeah. But
if you want, Brady's
Barkov's
lead
not
Tkachuk?
a loud dude.
No.
But they all believe he should be the captain.
Yeah.
And Matthew Tkachuk's there every day, and he's not the captain.
Hey, neither is Jack Eichel. Not the captain of the Vegas Golden Knights.
No, that's Canadian Mark Stone.
So there's this whole thing, and I got asked the question. Is it time to start having the conversation about the media scrutiny for playing for Team USA and how it's just simply too much? And I don't envy those athletes who have to play for Team USA.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
No, I think it's too much scrutiny. There's too many fans. They like the sport too much. And I feel like that's just too much pressure. They should probably play for another country. Don't you think?
Yeah. That's the only solution.
I was blown away.
Like, it's no wonder Medano and the Americans choked in Salt Lake. Like, imagine trying to win on home ice there.
Hey, it's a shame too. They even choked in Japan. The Americans, man, they didn't even medal in Japan.
Oh,
yeah, and that's the media and the fans, right? And so, what are the Tkachuks and Eichel and Matthews to do with such media pressure?
I don't understand all this talking out of both sides of their mouth, because the Matthews and the media scrutiny and can he handle it? Can he handle it? Meanwhile, like, the Tkachuks actively seek out this kind of attention at every turn and are celebrated for it. It's like, pick a lane, please.
Yeah.
But no, let's be honest. I've said in the past, like, I think I said last year at the Four Nations, like, I don't know if Matthews is the captain of his line, right? Because the Tkachuks do seem to be the identity of that team.
Yep.
Doesn't necessarily mean they're captain material for that team. You'd have to be in their locker room. The beginning, middle, and end of it is you have to be in the locker room to understand if it's a good idea or not. I was a little surprised Matthews remained captain. You could argue it's a much larger story to take the C away from him.
I think it is.
And give it to someone else.
I think it is. I think that's why they didn't do it.
It's a big distraction. And then
Remember
you put
when he was named captain, he was coming off a 69 goal season.
Yeah. And then you're putting a target on whoever you put it on. I assume either Matthew or Brady, right? Or Eichel or whatever. There was legitimate discussion about like, has Eichel passed Matthews? And like, if you throw out the numbers, I'll listen to it. But let's be honest, the reason people are saying these things about Matthews, and yes, I'm playing this card, I don't even give a damn. They hate the Leafs. You have permission to hate this player because you hate the team that he plays for. You hate their fan base. You hate the media. You hate being a minority for a fraction of a second, which American hockey fans can be sometimes in hockey spaces. And you're projecting it all onto this one guy.
And he's leading the team in scoring, in goals, and in points.
After the second game, he wasn't. And after the second game, which the Americans won, by the way, that's when he got all the shit. And after the third game,
fucking crickets, dude.
Yeah.
was there an outage?
Can I throw
in the States I'm not aware of? Verizon go down or what?
So the names I've heard thrown out there as potential captains for Team USA.
Yeah.
Okay? I've heard Matthew, I've heard Brady, heard Jack Eichel, I've heard Quinn Hughes, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But you look at the best players on that roster. Let's just look at the playoffs last year. There's one guy of the guys that I mentioned that went further than Auston in the playoffs last year, and that's Matthew Tkachuk.
Actually,
Jack Eichel was gone in 5 games in the second round. Brady was gone in the first round. Canucks didn't make it. Blue Jackets, if you're adding Werenski in there, didn't make it. Like, you know, like I'm sorry, like you're talking
I'm
about
surprised.
If you're talking about like Joe Haggerty in Boston was talking about he's not a winner, he's not a winner, he's not a winner. Okay. All right. Matthew's a winner. Matthew's a winner.
Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, Matthew Tkachuk is an absolute, no denying that.
His name's on the cup.
If you're going by winners, Gensel won with the Penguins, right?
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Matt Boldy hasn't won anything. Larkin, captain of a team that's never made the playoffs while he's been there.
Right.
Keller, scratch.
Right.
Thompson's never made the playoffs.
Right.
Miller's not going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Nelson is going to be great in the playoffs, I think.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But I don't think he's a captain. Jack Hughes is a captain. Not going to make the playoffs.
He's not a captain. It's
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's
Chico
Hischier, right.
Hischier, yeah.
Everyone forgets that.
Yeah.
I think McAvoy's a good leader for Boston. Slavin's a good leader for Carolina. Neither have won a cup. Faber hasn't won a cup. Werenski hasn't won a cup. Jake Sanderson hasn't won a cup. Quinn Hughes hasn't won a cup. So when we're talking about winners,
It's pretty much Matthew or bust.
Matthew Tkachuk has to be.
Or
If
Gensel, I suppose.
if that's your very narrow view of it.
You're looking at Matthew Tkachuk, Jack Eichel, or Jake Gensel.
Yeah, because Jack's won a cup.
Right.
And Jack was phenomenal when they were.
Brady
like,
hasn't
he was-
won a playoff series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, is that fair to Brady? No, that's not fair to Brady. He's got an entire team and a shitty organization behind him in previous years. They're better now.
Yes.
That fucked that up for him.
Yeah, no, last year, Brady's team lost, watched all 6 games, and I wasn't like, yeah, Brady really choked that series away. from
Exactly.
Ottawa.
And I'm looking at this season and I'm going, Brady's not choking this season away. Their goaltending is. Right? But my point is to back Steve on this. If you don't like Auston, just say, I don't fucking like that guy. He plays for the
You don't
Leafs.
like him. I wish they would just say it.
Just
Like,
say that.
I have more respect for people who try to actually, like Travis Yost was like, here's some evidence for like how the gap is closed between Matthews and Eichel. Eichel's a great player.
He's
like,
phenomenal.
You can't tell me there's a
and a
chasm.
phenomenal playoff performer too.
Yes, you can't tell me there's a huge chasm between those two players. But to just be like, he's not a winner. He's not a leader. It's just lazy. And if you're not in the room, you don't know.
And what's crazy, it's not coming from Canadians. It's the Americans that are doing this to themselves.
No. And the reason Canadians haven't really gone to bat for him is we don't want him to win. I haven't said anything because I'm like, yeah, punch him while he's down.
Each
Sure.
your own. Each your own.
Go
You guys
for it.
ahead.
Never interrupt your enemy when they're in the middle of making a mistake. Go for it. Yeah, screw that guy.
Jesse, would you not also say that Team USA, does it really fully matter who the captain is? They have a group of leaders. That's the point.
Exactly. And I don't think people in the media or fans or anybody understands what goes on in a locker room until you are the people in the locker room. The people who understand who's leading that team are the 25 guys who are on that roster, and like nobody else. Like I can't sit here and be like, I know definitively what kind of leader Auston Matthews is, or what kind of leader Jack Eichel would be, or Matthew Tkachuk would be. It's all I know is they've entrusted Auston with this position for a reason, and that's because the players there and the staff there believe that he can be a captain and is captain material and is good enough to captain this team. And I feel like that's enough reason to just all be okay with him being captain.
You've been in the locker room, Jesse, but you've never, like, they've never been like, all right, we're going to have a closed door meeting. Everyone out. Wait. Jesse, you can stay.
Yeah, no, hang out with the guys.
You can stay. Nice. Move over. Shove a bum.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, go right there.
And what
We're going to lay it all out on the table.
What the guys give to you when you got your cell phone sticking in front of them isn't what they give to the guys that they're going out there and battling in war with. Like, it's not the same at all. You have no idea what kind of leader Auston Matthews is. And if we want to go back to Mark Lazarus, I didn't read the article that you were referencing, but I did see him tweet out some quotes from guys on Team USA. And he said, Jake Gensel on Auston Matthews. He's been great all tournament. You guys put a lot of heat on him for no reason. He's just an unbelievable player, and he plays in all situations.
This, honestly, that's embarrassing.
And also,
I think that's embarrassing.
Can I also throw this out there? Just because he's
he had to say it in the middle of the Olympics.
He was asked the question.
No, I know that. I just want to say the fact that it's become a story for one of 2 3-0 teams. Further leading scorer and captain to, hey, what do you think of him? What the fuck? He's good.
So, and then Lazarus also tweeted out a quote from Matthew Tkachuk, because he was also asked, hey, that was Auston, like, as a leader and that stuff. And Matthew Tkachuk says, he was awesome. He's our captain. We're following his lead. So I'm gonna default to trusting the guys that he's in charge of leading and them backing him up and saying that he's a great leader, and then believe that he's a good leader. So I don't understand the narrative about like have somebody else as captain, because the guy like you want as captain is like, he's awesome and our leader and I love him. And Matthew Tkachuk doesn't need a C on his chest to be a leader for Team USA.
No, he's very clearly an emotional leader.
He does it by being Matthew Tkachuk and the emotional leader of the team, and he's going to do that regardless. So why not put the C on the guy you probably look to as the most dialed in hockey player? I'm
angry anyone's making me go to bat for the players on Team USA.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the segment except for Sean, who I don't think did enjoy the segment. Sorry, Sean. You know, we can't please everybody, but this is a damn good goalie fight right here. Look at these 2 boys going at it right now. And he's going to tap him on the back, and he's going to love it. No, show it again, Hayden. Show it again. Show it again. You let me know when it's up. All right, these 2 Canadian kids going at it, fight goalies, blood, a lot of equipment on. And you look at that, he's going to tap him on the back. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of love there. That's good Canadian kids, WHL. Anyway, that's my best Don Cherry. It's not great. Steve does a good Don Cherry. And, you know, as the years go on, the Don Cherry impression loses its luster because there's a lot of kids now who did not grow up with Don Cherry who are adults. You know? That's crazy. Sean says, it's a non-story, and you guys got so mad that it made me mad. Sean, it was a pretty big story in the States, brother. Listen, I'm not an expert on much, but I'm pretty good at catching what are the big stories of the day. I will give myself that. If I'm going to toot my own horn, then I'm tooting it in that direction. Adam, stop the Don Cherry. Your voice already sounds terrible. I know. I think it sounds a lot better than it did at the start of the first period. I mean, it could barely work. So I think the surprise of the first period, by the way, is that the Danes got through it. And that the Danes got through it with relatively equal shots. I mean, they were tied 7-7 until just a second ago when Freddie Anderson flashed the glove on David Pastrnak. I will tell you that I did not expect this. I kind of expected at very least the Czechs to be doubled up on the shots at this point. They are an overpowering bunch. However, you got to remember, all these guys are pro hockey players. The question is, and Steve pointed this out on the podcast yesterday, when you go look up their Hockey DB page, the NHL is a yellow color. I think the AHL is a blue color. When you look at Hockey DB in Europe, it's what is the AHL color? It's pink? Okay, whatever it is. In Europe, it's a green color. But if you have a dark green color, that's good. If it's a light green color, it's like, well, that's one of the smaller junior leagues, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of guys on this Danish team with dark green. Some of them have some light green. Not as much as teams like France and Italy, but you know what I'm saying? Hawks 23 says it's a forest green. It's a forest green. It's a nice winter green. A nice Christmas tree green. By the way, for anybody who cares, you probably don't, but I had a bit of an issue with my super sexy wireless keyboard because it ran out of batteries right as we were about to go on the stream. Got myself a USB-C charger. Now, I can type whatever I want in the chat. Look, watch me. Look. Look, see? It works. Told you. Told you. Oh, did someone say mucus green? Brunswick green. So yeah, I'm sort of, here's David Tomasek. You could see why the Oilers wanted to take a chance on David Tomasek. I know he ended up leaving pretty quickly, but that guy's got some wheels. Like, that's a player there. And I almost wonder, you know, you look at some of the guys that the Oilers have brought in the last few years, and you kind of go, but like, none of them have really worked out. Like, I look at Mangiapane, Skinner, Francois LaBelle dropping into the chat and dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go, buddy. Since Dan Bowman took over, and there's a lot of criticism about Chris Knobloch too. I wonder if Tomasek would have had a better experience in the NHL with someone else. Right now, he's back with Färjestad in the Swedish Elite League, and I know Justin is probably wincing at my pronunciation of that. Justin knows prospects pretty well. So does Hayden. He's got 11 points in 11 games. Francois LaBelle, you dropped 5 SDPN memberships for the voice. Thank you, sir. I much appreciate it. Now, if you just got yourself a free gifted SDPN memberships, welcome to VIP. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a brand new VIP episode only available to those who subscribe or were gifted memberships in this chat. And what's sick about that, speaking of from a sick guy's perspective, is you get an extra episode per week of content. Tomorrow's episode's insane. We've recorded it, and Jesse found, I've never seen Steve so angry at what Jesse found. And the best part about Jesse is knowing that he's annoying Steve, continued to make it worse by continuing to do the thing that annoyed Steve. And I think you guys are going to love it. If you want VIP ad-free, that's the next tier up. Not only do you get an extra episode every single week, but all the episodes are ad-free and early. That means you never have to listen to an ad again. If you don't want to, done. Oh, here we go. He's steal. Oh, that Danes had a brilliant opportunity, just not able to get the handle on it. I believe that was Olsen. Yeah, no, it was not. It was Jensen. Oh, what a save by Freddie Anderson. What a save, Freddie. Vintage Freddie Anderson on display in Milan, and it looks like Lars Eller has just taken a Lars Eller ass penalty. Hurdle and Palat are both hurt. Surprise, surprise, Lars Eller skating away like, what did I do? Bean says, I love VIP episodes that have Jesse just personifying no. Yeah. Look at, okay, what does Eller do here? So Olsen has Gudis fall on him. And Gudis is just lying there. And then Palat almost gets a goal here, but Freddie flipping robs him. And then Eller, what is Eller getting the penalty for? He got Palat in the face. Ooh. All right, he got him right in the mouth, though. That would hurt. Anyway, if you want, actually, you know who else got upset with Jesse yesterday? It was Maddie. Maddie was upset with him. It was a great episode. It's a lot of fun. Jesse Blake at his absolute peak prime. So hit yourself up with that VIP membership or VIP ad-free. And remember, you can do this on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. So it's your preferred, however you like to do it. Do you like to listen? Do you like to watch? It's up to you. Sorry, say that again. The angrier Steve gets, the happier Jesse becomes. Yes, very much so. Steve says, Adam, I'm paying YouTube for ad-free YouTube. Are you sure you're not violating that by selling ads? Yes, because that's just ad-free YouTube. We are still allowed to run ads on YouTube Premium because there's no differentiation. But behind our paywall, then you don't get any ads at all. Dakota says Jesse's in his rat era. By the way, I don't know how many of you guys are YouTube Premium subscribers. Oh, producer Drew, Adam, where is your sushi? My sushi. I only get sushi before hockey games I'm seeing in person, Drew. Okay. Coach Curve says Jesse's the ultimate Sith Lord, coaxing Steve to use his anger. Oh, baby. They unleash it. What do you think Drew's doing today? What do you think producer Drew's up to today? What's on Drew's schedule? He doesn't have any live streams till tomorrow with Steve. I don't think he's doing Drew and Stu. What are we doing today, Drew? Hayden wants to know, Drew, if you would like to edit big dubs for him. I'm sure I know the answer to that, but I just thought I'd ask. YouTube Premium, is awesome. Yeah, people, listen, man, I love YouTube Premium. I own it. I also am a subscriber to SDPN because I figure if I'm going to ask you to be, I should be too. So there you go. Also, when you have children, YouTube Premium is better than Netflix. It's better than anything else you can get. Oh, we got a goal. Marty Natchez. Oh, I said Pasternak, and I was leaning a bit. Natchez, opening goal. Marty Natchez, and look at the Czech fans celebrating. They're up on their feet. They're chanting. And that was a really costly high stick by Lars Eller. To that point, the Danes had done a pretty good job matching the Czechs. It's going to be very, very difficult to get back in this game now. And I say that because I just think it's going to be hard to beat Dostal. Freddie Anderson's played a great game. Not much you can do about that. That's just Marty Natchez being a sniper. Look at that shot. Oh, my God. Top cheddar, doesn't even think about it. That puck is like a UFO. It doesn't wobble at all. Just laser beam to the net. Pretzel Hunt, Lars Zeller. Okay, I said Lars Eller, but I also, I've got holes in my mouth. Just give me a break, all right? You guys know who I'm talking about. It's a Marty party, and I think Drew's probably watching this for Marty Natchez. Do you think that Marty Natchez scored just because he knew Drew was watching the game? That could be it. Yeah, Hayden makes a good point. Drew is spending today saying, I hope Nathan McKinnon's okay. Nathan McKinnon sat out practice today, which he never does because Nathan McKinnon's a psycho. I don't love that. If Czechia gets through here, the winner of this game plays Canada. Do you play McKinnon in that game or do you let him rest? Also, Sam Bennett missed practice too. Francois LaBelle making fun of me. Lars Zellers, we're the lowest prices of the law. Justin says I'm a Lars Fredrickson kind of guy. Steve said, by the way, I upgraded my free VIP. That means you're a full-time VIP. I love it. Avasco says it's just a maintenance day. Okay, I will just tell you this. Nathan McKinnon doesn't take maintenance days. John Cooper even made note of the fact that he practiced while everybody else sat out a day during Four Nations. You have to understand, Nathan McKinnon's not your average hockey player. There's no load management. There is just, I'm going to punch you in the face, win a Stanley Cup, and be so pissed about it because I don't have to. Anyway, I hope he's okay. He had a hit on the French player, and then he was like sort of holding his ribs or his shoulder. I wonder if it was a bruise or something like that. I don't know. Iowa Avs fan says, yes, he does take breaks. All right. Not during international tournaments, just saying. Four Nations last year. He did look hurt. Like, I don't know if you guys watched it. He did look hurt. Coach Curve says Brock Nelson is in a bubble too at the American practice. So my pick to win the cup all year has been the Avalanche. I think I made a pretty good pick. But I'm starting to feel like perhaps this tournament might be the only thing that can stop them. If they come home with McKinnon and Brock Nelson not feeling good, well, that changes the mix, doesn't it? I don't think Nate's going to be. Brock Nelson will be fine. Nate McKinnon will be fine. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. I would never send that out in the universe. Avs PP is dead last. Dead last in what? In the league? No. Dead last in what? Like in the last month? Where is it? Give me the stats. Give me the team stats. Give me the power play percentage. Holy shit, they are. Whoa. They are. The Avs are last in the league in power play goals or percentage. Holy shit. What happened? Well, that's not going to last. Hayden thinks they should just give the puck to Natchez. I think they're right. Well, yuck. Is Hackstall he's not, hold on. I'm seeing a fire Hackstall in there. Dave Hackstall's not your power play coach, is he? Oh, no. Dave Hackstall? He's a defensive guy. Why? Okay, I'd never understood this with the NHL. It's like, oh, I'll hire a guy who's great at team defense to do my power play. I guess Hackstall, did he do the power play with the Leafs when it was up there? He might have. I wasn't a big fan of him in Toronto, but he wasn't bad. He didn't last long in Seattle, that's for sure. Sokol says, I think McKinnon should rest for the match against Czechia. As well, we should rest McDavid, Celebrini, Crosby, Stone, Horvat, Marchand, and Makar. I think we found the Czech fan. Dropping 50 Czech kroners on us, too. I love it. Thank you for the super chat. Hawks23 says, as a Kraken fan, Hackstall should not be in the league. Yeah, ask Flyers fans how they feel about Dave Hackstall. Wait, did we get a gold medal in Canadian women's curling? I thought it was just the round robin stage. Glenn Fenn says it's horrible. He has a constant double back pass entry, and it is horrible, and it wastes so much time. Oh, Glenn, you're speaking my language, Glenn. That's what I was complaining about a couple years ago with the Leafs. It drives me insane. I hate that zone entry. You're absolutely right. And you know when you can shut that down easily? The playoffs. The playoffs exposes that shit so fast. Oh, nice play. And Dostal with a great save. Danes had a little bit of offensive zone pressure for the first time all period. Couldn't put one home. Glenn Fenn said, and Dallas did, and that's why we lost last year. Yeah. The dank swordsman says, Avs PP stands like turrets, forcing passes, skipping shot chances, not moving open lanes. Very basic strategy. Man, I don't get that. I feel like in the NHL, they got to move. They got to get more sophisticated. Like there are guys in the NFL that all they do is defensive coordination, and the other guys, all they do is offenses. Like, how in the NHL have we not got to that? Not any old guy can run a power play. And Colorado is so good. What do you mean their power plays in last? That's insane. Jack Hockey says Horvat's been playing insane. Yo, Horvat's been great all year. You know who could really use Horvat? Vancouver. Can you guys believe Vancouver had Pettersson, Horvat, and JT Miller 2 years ago? Crazy. Oh, and the Danes score. They get Dostal out of the net. And it's a huge tie game for the Danes. Look at that. And that's the fourth line. Joachim Blichfield is able to pull Dostal out of the net, which you almost never see him do. And he puts it through the pads, through the defense. Watch Blichfield here. He's number 86. So there's 11, down to 86. Oh, great give and go. Beautiful. Alexander True with the goal there. I can't believe Dostal came out that far. What's Dostal doing here? What are you defending? Blichfield, but it happened so fast. That was sexy. And you know what? It was nice to see the Denmark head coach go, yeah. You never see coaches celebrate. I want that. It's a Stuck Pixel says that's a former Shark to a former Shark. That's right. Great goal. Great goal. The Danes are back in it, baby. We got a game on our hands. And my voice is returning. How nice is that? We're going to have some fun together. It's the middle of the day. It's 11:49. And we're watching a hockey game. We're so lucky. Oh, sorry. I needed to get some of that honey back, you know? Woo. Love Denmark hockey sometimes. Alexander True, former Blackhawk also. I believe so. We'll see if that's true. Alexander True also played for the Kraken. Sharks and Kraken. Was with the Coachella Valley Firebirds for a bit, Checkers for a bit. So he was on a couple of different sort of teams, but he only played 27 games in the NHL and never scored. Still, he made it. It's 27 more games than I did. That has to feel so effing good. He's playing. Wow, I can't even pronounce the team that he's playing on. It's a Finnish team, so it's Liga, SM Liga. And he is, no way. He's on a team with Sami Vatanen. Do you guys remember Sami Vatanen? Damn. I'm trying to see if there's any other names on here that I can recognize. There is a Koivu on there, but I'm not sure if that's just a popular Finnish name. That's the only one I can recognize. Oh, Ronnie Okinen. Sami Vatanen is the one I recognize. Man, Sami Vatanen was a good player back in the day. That's crazy. I love these tournaments just for that. Francois Labelle, not sure if you mentioned the 5 VIP after mine. Did I miss a VIP drop? Did I miss a sub drop? Hang on, guys. Let me just refresh this thing. I want to give everybody their shout outs. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it was Carter. Hey, Carter. Sorry about that. I missed your 5 gifted STPN subs. Thank you very much. And Francois, thanks for the heads up. We always really appreciate when you guys do that. It's very, very kind. Really helps our business out. So thank you very much. Sokol, I take it back. There's no need for them to rest because we'll definitely be at the airport. Wow. What is with the Czech fans? You know, honestly, it feels a little bit like Czech fans are acting a little bit like American fans right now. You've got an extremely talented team, but everybody seems to be doubting it. Hayden had him in his Final Four in his bracket. I don't think I did. I had Canada, USA, Sweden, Finland, but I think I had Czechia 5th. I mean, it has been surprising that they haven't just rolled the tournament for, who they were up against. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is that a David Kampf goal? Were we all alive to see a David Kampf goal? That Czech fans are on their feet in a good setup. David Kampf in the year 2026 scores a goal? Get out of here. Get out of here. That's crazy. How does this happen? All right. So it's a good face-off win. Nietzsche with the puck. So it's Ruda to Kampf. Great pass. Great pass from Nietzsche. Great pass to Ruda. Ruda, great pass to Kampf. Beautiful. Leaf legend David Kampf. Vancouver Canucks second line center David Kampf to you. That's crazy. David Kampf can score goals. And don't you forget it. He has more goals than Marner in this tournament, says Hayden. Hayden. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Don't be mean. Hayden's just trolling right now. Hayden's tired. And he's like, I'm going to troll everybody. Francois Labelle, he said, that's a goal every 18 months. Yeah, he doesn't have to score again until 2028. Good for him. Justin Credible says, surprise Canucks 1C Teddy Blucher hasn't scored yet. You know, or Canucks 3C Elias Pettersson. Did he score? I don't think he has, Hayden. Oh, big shot. Bjorkstrand almost had a delicious rebound there. Not able to put it on. EP40. EP40 did score. Okay. That's good. L. Hong says, damn it, this meeting needs to end. I need to hear Adam losing his voice while calling the Kampf goal. Lillian Stewart says, I can hear Steve, go to the net. I can't yell that loud. But as long as you can hear Steve in your mind, he's here in spirit. Al Hong makes a good point. He's like, yeah, Marner hasn't scored, but he's one of the best sauces in this tournament. He had a couple of great setups. Yeah, Mitch is pretty damn good at hockey. I don't know if you guys are. Ross says Pettersson had 2 versus Slovakia. It shows you how much hockey I watched. I just can't remember. I've done every Swedish game. I've done every Finnish game. We did Germany this morning. We're doing Czech Danes now. We're doing USA later. Or we're doing Sweden and whatever later. Latvia. Oh, what a goal. That is a monster goal. I believe that was Lars Eller. Holy smokes. That is vintage. Wow. That is crazy. Oh, no, it's Cervenka. He is 40 years old, by the way. And look at Pasta. Great pass. Cervenka beats out the Danish defenseman. No excuse. Oh, and Freddie, get out and get that angle, Freddie. Oh. Ooh. I mean, that's a great shot. But Frederick, come on, dog. Damn. That was a rip. Francois says, go good hockey game, go. It's a good hockey game. That was a bad angle, and Mr. Anderson, we got to have a chat. It's, as somebody just said in the chat, classic Freddie game. Honestly, it's so true. It's like 2 or 3 10-bell saves, the greatest saves you've ever seen in your life, and then the craziest, weakest goal that just stabs you in the heart. Hayden says legacy game for the wrong reasons. Freddie's got a brand, guys. He does have a brand. He can be incredible, and he can be incredibly bad. And there is rarely an in-between. Drowsy Dan says, Hurricane fans, where are you at? We need some trauma bonding in this chat. Amen. Oh, God, aren't the Olympics great? You gotta get that. You gotta get that back if you're the Danes. I mean, I know that's the most obvious thing, but you gotta get that back, I think, before the end of the second period. Really make your team feel like, hey, we got a shot. We're not out of this. That you gotta do that. Nietzsche's in. Oh, he almost had a tight angle. Freddie was down. He tried to sneak it under the blocker, but it just went wide. Nietzsche's is rolling today, guys. Watch 98. Look at that move at the blue line. Great zone entry. Oh, but Kampf is offside. Of course. Even David Kampf couldn't see that coming. Oh, Freddie saved that. Oh, he actually got a piece of it. Okay. We need the Danes to make this a game. We need a 3-2 going into the third period. I'm sure all the Czech fans watching are like, no, we don't. By the way, we got a few more people watching than we did this morning. Surprise, surprise. I want to ask you guys a question. Drop in a flag of what country you're watching from in the chat. And then tell me your city in this. So give me the flag and give me the city. Eller collects the puck, bringing it up. Okay, we got Canadians. We got Americans. We got some Germans. We still got our Aussies with us. They were with us this morning, too. Oh, Sedlak with us. Was that a... Oh, that was a block shot. Oh, that was a great play. Pasternak is creating. Omaha, Montreal, Drummondville, PEI, NYC, Boston, Hong Kong. We got Brazil in the chat. We got Japan in the chat. We got Indonesia in the chat. Saskatoon, Helsinki, Tampa, Florida. Let's go. Oh, Pasternak almost had one there. He just missed. San Jose, California. Beltsville, Maryland. Lima, Peru. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Shout out Halifax. Love you forever. Richland, Washington. Hey, I have family in Richland, Washington. My aunt and uncle and cousins are all living in and from Richland. Although sorry, that's not true. My cousin is actually in Seattle now, my younger cousin, but his family's still in Richland. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Liverpool. Now, which Liverpool? There's a few Liverpools. I'm assuming England, but I don't know for sure. Smith Falls, Ontario. Finland. Francois LaBelle says, I can't do flags from my phone. At least this old man can't. So who had the red fox in the thing? Poughkeepsie, New York. Why is there a fox emoji? I got to know. What's the deal there? 5 minutes, about 5 minutes left in this period, by the way. We're in commercial break. Pender Island, BC. I've never been there. Kitchener, Ontario. Yeah, we got a good group. Hildesheim. So we don't have anybody. Do we have any Czechs in the chat? Do we have any Danes in the chat? It doesn't appear that we do have many. We've had a few Czechs. I know that. In the past. I do think we have got a couple. Oh, the University or the Foxes. Okay. And then the Lions, Rochester, New York. That makes sense. Julian McKenzie, I believe, went to the University of Rochester. Leamington, Ontario, where they make a bunch of ketchup. We have some Czechs there. Nat Jones says, I've been to Czech. Does that help? Isaac's like, I'm from Czech. No, I'm not. No, you're not, Isaac. I know what you said. No, I'm not falling for that again, Isaac. We get somebody here saying they are from Prague. All right. I'm not going down that. I know that. I'm not touching that. Nice try, Isaac, you jerk. Ehlers bringing the puck out. 4:53 left in the second period. Shots are 26-11. The Danes have really and truly fallen out of this game in the second period. Oh, Ehlers is down and he doesn't look Doesn't look comfortable. So this is an offside, but is this also a penalty? Sleepy CS says, our Canadian women's team taking the gold against the States? Does our experience not rival their youth and firepower? Oh, Ehlers. Ooh, I'll come back to that super chat. Give me a sec. Oh, yeah. So his ankle, it just kind of, it went in on a weird angle. Thomas Hurdle, I don't think meant to do that. But that stings. That is the kind of play that leads to a high ankle sprain, and those suck. He's not gonna know how bad this is until he takes his skate off in the dressing room, but he is in pain. Eller wins the draw. Ehlers with the puck, driven in along the boards. He seems to be skating okay. I was just watching him. Here comes penalty killer extraordinaire David Kampf, gets the puck low. Him and Faravari. All right, let's see if the Danes can do something here. Ehlers is playing, but he tries to make the cross ice pass right at the blue line, and the guys go offside. Russell couldn't receive the pass. Darren McNeil says Nylander hurt. Well, he's been hurt all year. Is he like hurt as in he's not playing today? Do we have any confirmation on that? Abby says, does Canada face the winner of this game? Yes, they do. And I think it's a much tougher contest that, like, not that I still don't think the Czech team are bad. I know the Czech people are down on their team a little bit, but without Pavel Zacha there, it makes things kind of hard. They're doing a damn good job against the Danes, but it would be very, very hard. At least with Pavel Zacha, you know you got a guy who can score and shut down elite players. Do we know anything about Nylander, by the way? Hayden, have you seen anything? You've been looking? Okay. Blichfeld, who, by the way, set up, that's 86. He set up Alexander True for his goal. He's got the puck. Bogard. Oh, what a goal. Oh, my God. Olsen gets his 4th of the tournament. This guy has been excellent for them. Excellent. Nick Olsen, who is 30 years old and has never played in North America. He's played with Denmark in the Denmark League. He's played in the Swedish Elite League, more recently the Czech League, and he brings, against the Czechs where he makes his living, he brings the Danes to within a goal of the Czechs, and what a beautiful spinorama, puts that thing upstairs. I love that goal. That is sexy. That's a great goal. Look at that, and he's got coverage in front of the net too. Shakes off his own defender. Philip Onik, there's not much you can do. That's Michael, also his line mate, Michael Agard, number 29. Did you see him tap him on the back? Like the goal had barely gone in, and he's like, man, that was great. That's awesome. By the way, that puts him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Macklin Celebrini's got 4 goals, right? So I think he and Olsen are leading the league, or leading the tournament in goals. A 19-year-old and a 30-year-old who plays in the Czech league. Are you kidding me? Coach Curve says, I will never forgive Gary for taking this away for us for 12 years. I know. It's painful. Callie B says, Gudis has looked awful. Oh, my God. Yeah, I think, listen, everybody has their time, and I don't think Gudis has looked particularly good in Anaheim either. It might be his time. Do you think there's too much media pressure at the Olympics for Gudas, says Hayden. Oh, we got a Danish breakaway. Shoots. Oh, Bjorkstrand he had Dostal down, but it either went off a toe or I got to look at that. I thought he had the tie right there, and I think he thought he had it too. Right now, the David Kampf goal is the difference in this game, I think. No, it's a Cervenka. I think it's Cervenka's. But even so, Francois Labelle found his emojis. Yeah, what a great save by Dostal. The future is bright in Anaheim. Damian Clara, goaltender of the tournament for Italy. Lucas Dostal, starter for the Ducks, starter for the Czechs, and what a great save. All right, let's see this replay. This is crazy. 1:13 left in the second. Show me the Bjorkstrand. Show me the Bjork. There it is. So a great pass. Bjorkstrand is away, and he is fast. Oh, man. Dostal saved that with his bat or his foot. That is a great save. I think if Bjorkstrand could do it again, just don't wait. Flip it up. He waits just a little bit too long. Flip that puck up. Man, Dostal just stretching out. This is what I love about this thing, too, because we're in the knockout round. You don't win today, you're done, and they're all playing like it. One and dones, baby. One and dones. The scores for Czechia, Jack Hockey's asking. David Kampf, Marty Nietzsche, and Roman Cervenka. The Danes are back in this game. I said all they have to do is get one goal, and they're going to feel pretty good going into the second intermission, third period, except for, oh, that's a penalty. Andre Palat was on. Oh, it's offside. I thought that was a penalty, and Palat's furious. Jensen Abo dove at him, and I think he actually took him down after the offside, which means there's no penalty. Whoa. Let's have a look here. No. And it's not Palat. Okay. I thought it was Palat for whatever reason. That's Jakob Fleck, by the way. And he's not happy about it. 6 seconds to go. So like I said, get this game within one. And we got ourselves a third period coming here, guys. This is going to be good. This is going to be an exciting third. I'm pumped. Mike Schmidt says, you think Marchand and Bennett are going to give Matthew Tkachuk a hard time or go a little soft because they're teammates? I don't think Marchand and Bennett would go soft on Matt Tkachuk, and I don't think Matt Tkachuk would go soft on them. But yeah, I think they would probably go hardest at him because they're the most likely to know what to do to get Matthew Tkachuk off his game. Yeah. Steve says no trip. He dove stretching back for the line. Yeah, maybe he did. Anyway, whatever. Who is number 19? Because that wasn't Palat. I know. I thought it was. Palat's 18. So I thought that's why I thought I saw Palat's number. It's actually Jakob Fleck or Fleck. I don't. Oh, why is my phone buzzing? Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I was like, is somebody calling me? What's going on here? Anyway, let's get into this. Let's open some Tim Hortons cards, see what we get. Remember, 2 base cards in every pack, 1 specialty card. I got some good ones today. Let's see here. All right. Ooh, it's a shame that he can't be available for this tournament, but I just don't think his body is going to hold up anymore. Although you never know, he could be back next year. Mr. Alex Pietrangelo, who did not play on the Four Nations team, but he did play in Sochi as a young man. There's a guy who was robbed of his Olympic years. Him and Stamkos got robbed. Great players. Brandon Hagel, a Northern Stars Brandon Hagel. He is on this team. and he's kicking ass. And a throwback to Nagano. Again, I love this jersey so much. Brendan Shanahan. He also played in Salt Lake City. Part of that gold medal winning team. So Brendan Shanahan, gold medal winner, Stanley Cup winner. I wish he could be a Stanley Cup winner in management because that would mean the Leafs got a damn cup while he was here, but they didn't. All right. Oh, here's a bizarre one. World Championship god, Adam Lowry, captain of the Winnipeg Jets. I didn't know they were going to make one from him. The next one, classic. Leafs legend, Hall of Fame Toronto Maple Leaf, Joe Thornton. Let's go. Played in Torino, played in Vancouver. So he didn't get the gold in Torino, but he did get it in Vancouver. And a celebrated prodigy. And this one's a good one because he won a gold medal in Salt Lake and was pretty phenomenal on that team. That'd be Mr. Eric Lindros, friend of the Steve Dangle podcast. Now, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you for a second and try to cough up whatever that is. I do have a clip to play for you at intermission here. Hayden, what are we doing? CJ show. Oh, it's the clip. Oh, it's CJ show talking about Team Canada. Have a look. See you at the beginning of the third.
I'm not completely surprised to see this, but Canada emerges out of preliminary play as the top seed. They will face off against the winner of Czechia and Denmark in the qualification round. We can go through all the potential matchups. We can go through all these other different storylines if we want to. We should start with Canada. What do you make of how they've started this tournament 3-0 through the opening round of the tournament, including some wins over Czechia, Switzerland, and on France on Sunday?
Yeah, depending what vintage of Team Canada fan you might be or international hockey fan, it's kind of weird to see a Team Canada start a tournament like this with so few kind of hiccups, question marks, things to fret about or worry about. You know, it doesn't guarantee that next week is going to be as good as this week. And, you know, next week or this week that we're in now, obviously is, you know, when the gold medals will be handed out. So, you know, I don't say it as a predictor of the future, but just more pointing out that usually there's a bit more feeling out process. And you know, it feels like right from the first game against Czechia through France, like they've really just taken care of business. There hasn't been too much cause for worry. You know, Josh Morrissey's missed the last two games. Brad Marchand's missed the last two games with minor injuries, but even those are viewed to be minor and not something that's going to take them out of the tournament. Obviously, the top scorers on the team, you got McDavid, Celebrini, Crosby, you know, the McKinnon, the guys that are you would expect to be, you know, contributing in those ways. It's all worked so far. There's been, I'd even say it's a modest amount of line juggling. I mean, we got that superstar line at times as we spoke about in the last episode, but you know, beyond that, it's really been pretty steady so far. So, you know, this would be the way they've drawn it up. And now you just hope if you're in Team Canada's dressing room or in the management staff that, you know, should they face a speed wobble, should they face some kind of adversity or setback, if they get behind in a quarterfinal game, for example, or, you know, beyond that, you know, that they can stick with it and that they've kind of found a formula here. But it's been an impressive start from top to bottom. You know, you're seeing lots of love out there for the Celebrinis, for McDavid, for Crosby at his age, now Canada's all-time points leader in Olympic era play for NHL players. Man, I mean, what's to complain about? I guess Thomas Harley was -2 in a 10-2 win, so that's a statistical anomaly. But I mean, we're not going to come on here and rip him for that. I mean, I think that's more of a weird bounce than anything else.
How dare you be -2 in a tent? No, I don't have the energy for that. I want to spend
Can we
more
cook up
time.
a hot take?
Yeah, seriously, CJ. Like, you know these hot takes all the time. You're great at them. Do something.
Not in this case.
No. I do want to, like, there's a couple different moments I'd like to get to from that France game. Tom Wilson getting involved in, do you call that a fight? Like, just the fact that there were gloves dropped and just the fact that this is supposed to be a tournament where fighting was not supposed to be a thing. And also kind of funny, I do believe that yesterday was like the 1 year anniversary. I could be wrong. I think it is the 1 year anniversary of that Four Nations game where Canada and the US started with those 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. And then to see that moment, Tom Wilson going at it against France, I get some people look at him and say he got ragdolled, but still just funny that that moment happened in the first place.
Well, I mean, we're not going to critique the fight because, while Tom Wilson did engage and drop his gloves, I think he quickly realized he couldn't actually truly fight.
No, he kind of turned a little bit.
Well, I mean, come on. Under the circumstances, what was he accomplishing? I mean, I think, there's the hit behind the net on McKinnon, and clearly Team Canada wasn't happy with that. You actually saw Tom Wilson and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare have some words, between play, but they, it felt like I couldn't hear the exact conversation, but it felt almost like Tom Wilson saying like, "Hey, you guys don't want this. Like, let's keep things at a certain boiling point here with the game out of reach effectively and bigger things ahead for Team Canada or else." And then, they got an or else, which was more of a wrestling match than anything. But I'm with you. I didn't expect to see this just because, with so much discussion, like we've talked about that Four Nations night a lot with Canada and the US, and the fact that really what probably maybe the prevailing over a long period of time memory from that tournament will probably be those 3 fights in 9 seconds. I'm thinking, I mean, don't mean to take anything away from the McGolden goal at the end, but I actually think that probably drew more emotion and memories and what have you. But then it was always attached with a caveat, but it's not going to be that kind of tournament in the Olympics. So I didn't even expect to see gloves hit the ice. In this case, Wilson and his counterpart there from the French team were both assessed majors and game misconducts for fighting, but nothing further than that. Fighting isn't allowed in international hockey. I mean, I think over time you've seen the IIHF rulebook and the NHL rulebook kind of become much closer together. I don't think there's that many discrepancies between what's allowed in the NHL and international play, but one area that there's certainly that difference is fighting. And it's probably a tough line for someone like Tom Wilson to walk because he knows why he's made this team. I mean, look, he can get in on a forecheck. He skates really well. He's a big guy, but he's there in part to defend his teammates, to, you can't do it with his fists, but to throw clean body checks, to win board battles, to, intimidate to some degree within the rules. And he found himself crossing the line, but only by a smidge, I'd say, in that circumstance. And pretty unique to get a Gordie Howe hat trick in the Olympics because he also opened a scoring, if you remember that game, and also picked up an assist too. So, it was a memorable night for him. And, that if that was on NHL ice, though, there would have been a lot more punches thrown, I think, in that skirmish.
Did you see that Pierre Crinon, who was in that fight with Tom Wilson, apparently got called to beat with the president of the French Hockey Federation, Pierre-Yves Gerbeau, I believe as early as today, they're supposed to beat. Like, could you imagine if Hockey Canada, after all that, said, "Hey, we need Tom Wilson to meet with the press, with Scott Salmon and talk about the actions he did yesterday"?
Yeah, I can't imagine that playing out in the same way inside the USA Hockey or Hockey Canada. To be honest, even Switzerland, Finland, Sweden, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that meeting is to accomplish. I guess, probably, if anything, the French Association is saying we don't condone this behavior. That kind of behavior is condoned in North American hockey specifically, for good or ill. That's just a fact. I mean, fighting is tolerated in the NHL. You get a penalty for a fight, but it's not illegal. And as I say, if that happened on NHL ice in the same circumstances and NHL rules, if we were in a 12 nations tournament right now and it was NHL rules, I'm pretty sure that would have been far more of what we would typically call a fight than what it actually was. But, I think all things considered, look, Tom Wilson, under those circumstances where he's trying to send a message, but do it well within the rules, managed, walk that delicate line pretty well, I think, for what it was. And the French, give them credit. They were down a lot in the game, but they were still throwing checks, right? They were still competing. Yeah. They still were, they scored a couple goals. That's a big deal. I don't know if you saw Chris Jones had a story with the French goaltender, and it was his birthday. And Chris did a nice job at the CBC kind of outlaying, like, imagine being in his skates yesterday, going up against that Team Canada, knowing that it was probably a futile effort, even though you were going to give your best, and then to see all those goals go behind you, got pulled after the second, during the second intermission. And then in the mix zone, he said, "It's my birthday," and that was a gift. I thought it was a nice story. But I mean, there's two sides to all this, right? I mean, this is what makes the competition special. I mean, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, who we mentioned, oldest skater in this men's Olympic tournament, captain of the French team. Obviously, this isn't such a big deal for him in the sense that he's faced all these guys. He was in the NHL a long, long time until recently. But, a lot of his teammates on that team never got anywhere near the NHL. And so to play head-to-head with a Crosby and McDavid, and even one day maybe they'll be talking about seeing Celebrini on the other side of the ice, depending on where his career goes from here. So, it was kind of unfortunate, I guess, the way or fortunate, maybe you like seeing a 10-2 score. I don't love that kind of game, but the way the rules were set up, Canada didn't really have a choice. I mean, in theory, getting the number one seed is what you would want, and Canada had a chance to secure that, and they managed to do it. And they didn't know what the U.S. was going to do in the night game, so they had to kind of run it up as far as they could to set the bar too high for the Americans to cross, and they managed to do that.
Good plug on Chris Jones. He's usually pretty must read, so I'll make sure to read that after this episode is done.
Yeah, really unique story. To I think of it always as a writer myself, and as you are, Julian, like you're covering a game like that. You're usually selecting storied ideas in real time, right? You might have written about Tom Wilson yesterday if you were covering that game. You might have written about Macklin Celebrini scoring 2 more goals, a penalty shot goal. Being this young player who's had an immediate impact. Obviously, it's never a bad day to write about McDavid or Crosby or those guys, but the fact he chose the French goaltender, that just in and of itself was unique, and he did a really nice job telling that story. And I've known Chris a long, long time, and it was actually cool. We spent some time together in Milan last month when we were both there for the test event, even grabbed a dinner together. So definitely want to tip my cap to him.
I met Chris like over a decade ago at, I want to say, I don't know if you ever experienced it when you were in school, but Nash, there was a student newspaper conference that a lot of student newspaper journalists would go to. And Chris Jones would be like the big marquee guy at the events. Like you see him, it's like, oh yeah, like this guy knows how to write. Like I have a photo of me with him, like I think in Ottawa, actually, from like 2014 or 2015. Wow. So I don't think he remembers who I am, but I remember who Chris Jones is.
That's good. Well, he'll meet you. Don't worry, your paths will cross again.
For sure.
Welcome back, lovers. Jesse Blake is in the chat causing shit. He says, I need to get my whiteboard. For what? I don't know. Jesse. I got something else. I got the magic 8 ball. All right. I can ask that magic 8 ball anything. The magic 8 ball has misled us from time. But if you guys have any questions for the magic 8 ball, Hayden just coughed in my ear. It's okay. I've been coughing in everybody's ear. Hayden, do not apologize. Random guy corner. Oh my God. All right. So give it to me. What should I ask the magic 8 ball? I'm ready. Iowa Avs fan, is Jesse getting his whiteboard to coach the Avs PP? Yes, he should. I think Jesse could do a better job, honestly. Okay. Does Macklin Celebrini lead the tournament in goals? You mean currently or at the end of it? I'm going to say, does Macklin Celebrini lead the tournament in goals at the end of this tournament? Are you ready? Here we go. It says, reply hazy, try again. Oh my God, it's being a bit dangerous today, the magic 8 ball. Here we go. Macklin Celebrini, will he lead the tournament in goals when everything is said and done after the gold medal game? Here we go. Outlook not so good. What could that mean? Sokol says, there is a very tense atmosphere here in Czechia. Maybe people abroad don't know, but Czechia is a bit small like Canada. Hockey is our number 1 sport, and it's part of our identity. Well, we know that. We know that it's part of your identity. I think Czechia is going to be okay. I think they're going to be okay. Francois Labelle, will you get a free donut? All right. Will I get a free donut from Tim Hortons before Jesse Blake does? Here we go. Ask again later. Boo. Friggin' 8 ball. Okay, what else we got here? Michaela Lindsay, will you get your voice back before the end of the Olympics? All right, Magic 8 Ball. Will me, Adam, get his voice back before the Olympics? And I'm talking about before the Olympics end, and I'm talking about before the bronze medal game, which I'm also streaming on Saturday. And also doing a game tomorrow and Friday. Kind of need it back. Would be nice. All right, here we go. Cannot predict now. What the hell's going on? What's the point then? Did we just get a Magic 8 Ball that doesn't answer questions? Is that like, Justin, you got this. Is that the joke? Is that everything in this Magic 8 Ball is like, no, ask again later. Oh, I don't know. Fraser says, is there a tiny person in the 8 Ball who decides what the response is? All right. Magic 8 Ball. Fraser wants to know, is there a tiny person in there who decides what all the answers are going to be? Tell us, Magic 8 Ball. Most likely. Fraser, you're onto something. Justin says it is a real Magic 8 Ball. It's just nervous and indecisive. Jacqueline thinks the Magic 8 Ball might be hungover. Okay. We're going to put it back. We'll come back to it. Brian says, I just saw Blackhawks goaltender prospect Stanislav Bereshnoy, who's been suspended for 20 games for violating the AHL performance-enhancing substance program. Well, as well as a prospect for the Kraken, David Coyette. Listen, if there is a way to cheat and get away with it, people will try. People will try. All right, the Danes need a goal to tie this game up. We are down to the last 20 minutes of somebody's Olympic tournament. Might it be the Czechs? Doubtful. Oh, whoa. And Hurdle almost made a really good steal there. I don't think it's the Czechs. I don't think so. It's possible, but it's not likely. Francois Labelle said that is a dud 8 Ball. Hey. Let's not insult the 8 Ball. It's doing its best. Okay. Budweiser says coconut oil is great for helping your voice. I know. I've got to get some in here. Although I think my voice sounds a lot better. I feel a lot better. So, the Danes, this could be their last 20 minutes. The Czechs, it could be their last. It would be quite the upset if the Czechs don't get through here. They are up 3-2. They should get through. Ooh, that coach is wearing a very nice Rolex. Did you guys see that? Any watch fans in the chat other than me and Justin? It's a very nice Rolex. It looked like a date just... Oh, here we go. Kampf almost set up a goal. Nietzsche's shot. How did he miss that? Nietzsche's has been rolling today, as has Pasternak. The guys you need. What I'm sort of surprised about with the Czech team is why David Kampf is second-line center and Thomas Hurdle is third-line center. But, okay. Nat Jones says, was it a Submariner? Yes, it was. Weekend Taco says, watches are stupid. Well, I like stupid things. I like hockey. Hockey's stupid. All right. Maybe you can't tell time. I'm kidding. Soapy says you are stupid. Wow. There's a watch fan right there. Denard says, first of all, how dare you? Exactly, right? 17:30 left. Sorry about that. There's Justin jumping in with the watch talk. Hey, no fighting. Justin is the king of the micro brands. He finds like local brands in even in Ontario, like Whitby Watch Co. Oh, Anderson with a great save. And that puck is inches, centimeters even. Wow. But Anderson's able to make that save. Are we getting good playoff ready or are we getting bad playoff ready? Wow. What a great save. Toe save and the rebound, and Freddie's able to keep that out. Whoa. And Nietzsche's in that close, does not miss often. Pasternak across the blue line. He's got goal scorer Chervenka with him. Back come the Danes. Although it's a 1-on-4, so I don't know. Back come the Dane. They were changing. Olesen, number 95, by the way, if you're just joining the stream, is tied with Celebrini. He's 30 years old, plays in the Czech League, has never played in North America, has 4 goals in this tournament, tied with Celebrini for the lead. He had a beautiful move to score the second goal for the Danes, too, like a spinorama, butt first play. It was beautiful. Yeah, Freddie, Mike Johnson's like, that's not Freddie Anderson at his best. No kidding, Mike. Riddick says, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. That's right. Hurdle with a shot, and that just went over the net, I think. Palat. Shot by Hurdle, and that puck is deflected out. Looking a little dangerous there. Oh, he knows. He knows. He should have hit the net. Francois Labelle, my grandfather always gave his grandsons a watch on their 12th birthday. My birthday watch, my birthday's in March. I lost mine in the summer. Never wore a watch since. That's fair. I think 12 years old is perhaps a bit young. And this is coming from the guy who lost his own wedding ring in my 30s. Fart. It happens. People lose things. I do wear watches, though. I love a good watch. Todd Pickle says, I don't think Hurdle scored yet at the Olympics, and he's due. Yeah, he's definitely due then. Dom says Germany versus Slovakia should be a good watch. I think it will. I think that'll be a great game. Oh! Shot wide. And down comes the puck. The Czechs have iced it. The Danes have 15 minutes and 43 seconds to tie this game up. The Czechs have 15 minutes and 43 minutes, 15:43. Close this out. What do we think is more likely? Because here's what I think is going to happen. I'm going to give you my prediction. The Danes are going to score, but the Czechs are going to win. I think the Danes are going to score one more time, and then I think the Czechs are going to score like 20 seconds later and then get an empty netter. I think this is a 5-3 game. That's my bet. Oh, nice kickback pass by Ehlers there. Looks like his ankle's okay. Shot. Oh, and that puck is just deflected. Ehlers made a great play to cut across the center. Opened up a scoring lane for him. Just couldn't get the puck up fast enough to get out of the way of the Czech sticks. Russell behind the net. This is Patrick Russell. Noted Dane Patrick Russell. Some of these names are kind of funny. Patrick Russell, by the way, is the #1 center for the Danes. And if you don't know him well, he is a former Oiler, played 59 games for them about 5 years ago. never scored at the NHL level, and now is in the DEL and is a big scorer for the Cologne Sharks. Also where Moritz Müller of Team Germany plays and has played since I was in grade 10. He's the captain of the German team. Yeah, Hertl has not scored in this tournament. They're showing the graphic right now. You were right. You were right. Mr. Pickles. Crazy. That's not a guy that I would have expected to go scoreless throughout this tournament. By the way, Patrick Russell is from Holte, Denmark. So he's not some like Canadian kid with Danish heritage. He's the real thing. I'd love to know if he's got like a British dad or something. Where'd you get Russell from? I'd love to know that story. Francois Labelle, Adam, you have a winner, and she's still with you even after you lost your wedding ring and spent Valentine's Day streaming 2 hockey games. That's right. That's right. God bless her. My wife loves me. Thank God. 29 shots for the Czechs, 14 for the Danes. The Danes are very much still in this, but they are going to have to make they're going to have to wait for the Czechs to make a mistake here because they can't control play for sustained periods of time. You can just see it, right? A Courtright says, when are you SDPN guys coming back to San Jose? Well, it might be a little while. We got some other places we got to visit, but I loved it there. Gudis with the shot. Nice glove by Freddie Anderson. Hertl should have stayed on the Sharks. I don't think he's minding his time in Vegas. And I think he wanted a shot at a cup. He's got some injuries that all of these guys have injuries that could end their careers potentially early. But apparently Hertl does. I think it was Hasso Plattner, who's the owner of the Sharks, did a great interview with Sheng Ping from San Jose Hockey Now. He's a really nice guy, by the way. If you ever run into him, if you're a Sharks fan, you run into him at a game, definitely say hi. And, Hasso Plattner basically said, Hertl asked for the trade because he wanted another chance to win a cup before the injury, which is a bit of a ticking time bomb for him, prevented him from playing again. Bean 780 says, any plans to come north to Sudbury for an event? No plans in the books yet, but I have always thought we need to get up there. This year was a bit weird for live events. If you noticed recently, we haven't done many. And it's, we did the OHL thing. We did a couple in the fall. But the reason we haven't done that many is because of the Olympics. It's been a compressed schedule. Every week there's 4 or 5 league games. It's crazy. There's so much happening all at once. I think next year will be a little bit more normal. And I think that'll be great. Arez says, you guys have to record a 2030 live Olympics podcast in France for the international fans. You know what? We should make that a goal right now. I would love to do that. I love France too. I think it's beautiful. People are big haters on Paris, by the way. I don't understand that. I think Paris is a fun, beautiful city. Pasternak. Are the people the friendliest? I don't know. I didn't run into any issues. Lavish Fuzz. Adam, are you still sick? Hope you feel better soon. I'm not. So this is the crazy thing. I'm actually not sick. I think I've just got the laryngitis. I got a case of the jitises. And I sound worse than I am, but I'm completely fine. Feel normal. Just have to keep drinking stuff. I got the tea and the honey. Oh, Hobo says Bellemare announced his retirement. Really sweet post about his family. Oh, that's amazing. And he scored a goal in his last game. We streamed that this morning. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare had a goal this morning, and it's his last game. That's really last international game anyway. I'm sure he'll finish out the season. I don't know how long the league he's in goes for, but it's pretty cool. Joe says, hey, Adam, can we do some SDP live streams for watch-alongs for the World Cup? Absolutely. And we're going to. We're going to. That will be happening. It's going to be a busy year. Jensen and Pasternak get into it at the bench. I think Jensen apologized there. Todd Pickles says Natchez is closing in on McDavid for the scoring lead. Natchez has been great. Oh, here comes Hurdle. You know he wants one. He's going to set this up, though. Wheels around. Back to the point. Shot. Freddie in traffic. Kasha almost had an opportunity. A great rebound there. He just couldn't get it. So the Danes are in the offensive zone. I couldn't see the puck for a minute there. Ehlers behind the net. Here we go. Trying to pull a Gretzky. He gives it away to Gudis instead. Gudis is in the rush with Natchez. Radko Gudis just bumped Freddie Anderson with an elbow that was accidentally on purpose, and that's a penalty. That should be a penalty. Gudis should get a penalty here. Yeah, Radko Gudis is an idiot. Like, I like Radko Gudis as a hockey player. This is such a stupid play. Absolutely not necessary. Not necessary at all. And he's still bitching about it. I know he's mad, but the person he should be mad at, look, 42 gets him, and then he goes, pops the goalie. Like, what do you expect the ref to do? Brugesser does push him, but he's allowed to push him. It's outside of the blue paint. It's totally fine. That is so friggin' Radko Gudis. That's Radko Gudis core. That's his brand. He's more consistent than Nike. Like, why would you do that, dude? You're up 3-2 in an elimination game, and you're the assistant captain. All right. So out come the Danes. Look out for number 95 for the Danes. He's a player you don't know, Olesen, but he is leading the tournament in goals with Macklin Celebrini with 4. Pretty cool. Oh, puck dribbles in on Dostal. Anderson out to play it now that it's back in the Danish zone as the Czechs cleared it. And back come the Danes. Palat got that puck out back to the Danish end. I got to give the Czechs credit. Their PK is pretty solid. It's been very difficult for the Danes to get anything going on the power play. Bjorkstrand going to carry the puck across the blue line. Drops it for Russell. Russell drops over the defenseman. Back to Jensen Abo, excuse me. Oh, Bjorkstrand had a corner, but Lucas Dostal with a great save. Man, Dostal, buddy. This guy's going to win a cup one day. Look at this. Watch this save. Through traffic. Okay, maybe that wasn't going to go on the net, but it might have hit the post. Still, seeing eye shot, seeing eye save. Man, Dostal's good. I love him. Oh, Stützle's got 4 goals as well. My apologies. So that's 3 guys with 4 goals. Although it's fair to say Celebrini's still in the lead because he's played less games than Stützle and Olesen. 36 seconds left in the Radko Gudis power play. Will it prove costly? Likely not. But we don't know. Here comes Nick Ehlers bringing the puck up. Drops. Back to Ehlers in the corner. Ehlers brings it around. Russell. Bjorkstrand tied to stop. And here's David Koff, Leaf legend and goal scorer today. He got the second goal for the Czechs. He got tied up. Sticks out of his hands. The Danes attacking. 7 seconds to go. Drops the puck. Ehlers across. Shot. Point. And Dostal's got it. That glove is red hot. Man, I love Lucas Dostal. Darren wants to know the shots. Darren, I'll give you the shots in just a second, buddy. 30-16 are the shots. Thank you, Hayden. I love having some Duck fans in here. By the way, is anybody watching today that has never seen an SDPN stream before? Drop a wave in the chat. I want to see if there's any newbies here. Identify yourselves. Welcome to Gripper Nation. We want to give you a proper welcome. While we're in commercial break anyway. Why not? Okay, we got Becky is new. No, Mainscomb is new. Ori says, I'm only here for the crab people. So we got a couple of newbies so far. Rob is new. No Such Gaming. No Suck Gaming. Adam Gill is new. Francois LaBelle dropping 5 SDPN memberships because he's crazy. He's crazy like that. Hollis Mick is new. Brody is new. Welcome to the stream, guys. So here's my question. If you're brand new, how did you find us? Are you an SDPN fan? Are you a fan of one of our shows? And you're like, nah, you know what? Maybe I'll finally check out a live stream. How did you find this live stream? I would be interested to know. Welcome to Gripper Nation. We celebrate everyone and their feet in Gripper Nation here. Give it to me. Drowsy Dan dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. And if you got a membership from Drowsy Dan or Francois LaBelle, make sure you check out our VIP episodes. They're the 4th episode every single week that the SDP does. And if you want to upgrade to the higher tier, there's SDP ad-free, VIP ad-free. You'll never have to hear an episode with an ad again, and you get them early. We love gifted memberships. Thanks, guys. Welcome to all the newbies. Anthony says, I saw you on Twitter, and I wanted to watch Score live update while at work. Okay. How do you feel about the stream? It's somebody else been here since 2022 Tampa series. Oh, here we go. Oh, Pasternak to Cervenka. He tried to get the puck over to Thomas Hertl. Hertl still has no goals in this tournament. Freddie Anderson was wise to that. And Beans 780. What's up, Beans? Yes. Another 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go. Let's get the new people in. Lucas says, I'm not exactly new, but I haven't watched live streams before these Olympics. Discovered originally through Steve Zamboni driver rant. Oh, that's good. Hollis said, I found SDPN recently and loving NHLers back at the Olympics. Hell yeah, welcome. Dawn, I'm just going to call you Dawn5903. Hi, I'm new. Well, welcome, Dawn. We're happy to have you here. No says, first time, but you keep glazing the Leafs, so I'm not here often. Go Habs, go. Well, you'll find a pretty good collection of Habs fans that watch our content. Habs fans, funnily enough, it's one of our biggest like subgroups. Canadians fans are undefeated, as you know. Undefeated. They're everywhere, and they're a friggin' riot. I think we got a penalty here. Czechia penalty, elbowing. Oh, and Hertl's going to the box. He's had a tough tournament, and this is a tough penalty at a tough time. That's a good elbow, too. Hayden said he's had a few other penalties in this tournament, too. Yeah, Hertl's just... See, you can do that shit in the NHL playoffs. You can't do that in international hockey. Maybe Thomas Hertl forgot that. Arez says, I'm going to go for now. A bunch of my buds who in Germany... I'm going to wave, or I'm going to say goodbye for now for a bunch of my buds who had the Germany Olympics prediction in their recommendations. They only know my least related agony. That's funny. Adam Gill says, let's get Polish hockey in the Olympics. Everyone around us is good, but we don't have the strongest hockey program. You're right. We do need to get some Polish hockey in the Olympics. Hey, listen, when the Poles put their mind to something, they're usually pretty damn good at it. I'm sure they can figure it out. All right. Ehlers with the puck. Bjorkstrand down low. Back to Ehlers to Russell. Eller in front of the net, but not really that close to it. He's double covered. The Czech power play, or is it the Czech PK, not as active as some of the PKs we've seen in this tournament. They like to get down low and smother. Dostal is somehow able to see pucks through human bodies like he just did there. Amazing. Bjorkstrand, slap pass over to Russell. Can't find him. Ehlers in front. Tried, I think, to find Bjorkstrand, but found Russell instead. Great chance. Not able to get a stick on it. Wow. Sweat no bet, you lucked out. The Olympics have been so horrible at posting their events and how to watch them that I came to YouTube and I found you. I'm loving the coverage. Thanks for your time. Well, thank you, and I hope you join us for the Sweden game later. That starts at 3:10. It'll be my third stream of the game. Let's go. And Hayden, too. I know I've missed a couple super chats. I'm going to get to them after the power play here. Jensen Abo, Bjorkstrand. The puck is sort of just skirting around in the Czech zone. 20 seconds left on this power play as the Czechs clear it. And Sedlak makes a great move to shake off the Danish defenseman. He's just gonna keep this puck down low as long as he can. Sedlak and Palat killing the penalty. That's a pretty good penalty killing unit for international hockey. Blichfeld, excuse me. Blichfeld and Olsen, watch these guys. Blichfeld set up a couple of great goals in this tournament. Olsen, 4 goals in this tournament, tied with Celebrini and Stutzla for the tournament lead. Get out of town. Macklin Celebrini's 19. He's 19. That was a great penalty kill. Czechia did a great job there. They know that the Danes don't have a huge threat from the blue line. So what do? You get low and make sure the guys like Russell and Lars Eller can't get anything going in front of the net. Ehlers and Bjorkstrand are going to stay to the outside, and they did. Really, really good job. Tyler Penner, Adam, I need context on the sarcasm towards us Habs fans yesterday. I don't have Twitter, so I have no clue what was going on. Been a watcher since 2019. Love you, boys. We were just teasing Montreal fans because Montreal fans are ride or die, right? When you're a Canadians fans guy, when your name is like Saku Koivu, that's a guy in Montreal. That's your guy. PK Subban was another guy. Like, that's my guy. I'd die for this guy. Nick Suzuki is that. Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield are that for the Montreal Canadiens. And basically, what's been funny is Habs Twitter going, well, Nick Suzuki should be in that position. He should be in that position. It's sort of the same thing that Oilers Twitter is doing with Evan Bouchard. Canada's won every game pretty handily, and Oilers Twitter's like, I feel like they would have won by 7 goals if it had been Evan Bouchard. It's like, guys, I don't know. They're doing pretty good. They're going to be fine. I don't have an answer for you, but that's how it feels. Anyway, Tyler, that's all it was. We love to rib Habs fans, but they're always very good-natured about it. Francois Labelle, my best friend is a retired high school teacher and was a coach at the same time was a high school teacher at the same time as Dom Ducharme when he was the head coach. I showed him your Dom Ducharme rant, and he hates you now. Listen, ask him this. If Dom Ducharme was so great, why did they fire him midway through the next season? I might have been right. Who scratches Cole Caulfield in the playoffs? I know he was a rookie. What are you doing? You're scratching it for who? What's their name? It doesn't matter. What do you mean you're scratching Cole Caulfield? Stop. Cole Mickle says, yo, Adam, for that name segment, if you guys get to it again, look up Joel Eriksson Ek and how he says it. Just absolutely dances. You know what? I will. I think we got to come back to that. Nino Riders is good. I'm going to have to go through and just test a bunch out. Yeah, they say, yeah. So Hayden's like, you know how they say their name twice? So he says his name 4 times. Oh, I like that. That'll be fun. Listen, Dom Ducharme is an assistant coach in Vegas. I believe he won a cup with them. Some guys are meant to be assistant coaches. That's all I'm saying. All right. We're down to the last few minutes of this game. It is 3-2. 5:40 left to go. The Czechs have killed 2 very ill-timed penalties. Danes were not able to get much going, but honestly, the Danes have done more 5-on-5 than they have on the PK. Oh, apparently, Hayden, apparently that Nino Niederreiter one isn't real. It's just a meme posted by the Jets account. That's what they're saying in the chat. He said, that's unfortunate because I laughed my ass off. Eller with the shot and goes directly at Dostal. Eller's such a pest. It's insane. He's still such a bastard. And I say that as a compliment. Jake the Snake says, I heard McKinnon missed practice this morning. Hope the injury isn't too bad. They're saying it's a maintenance day. Listen, I'm not an Avs fan. I know there's a couple of Avs fans in the chat who might disagree with me. But I have not seen a lot of maintenance days from Nathan McKinnon. I'm just throwing that out there. Just saying. Just saying. Jason says, Niederreiter on the Swiss power play one is laughable. He's been awful this year with Winnipeg. No success versus teams with 0 NHL guys. Like Italy will do wonders for your confidence. Yeah. Tim wants to know what the best Third Eye Blind song is. That's easy. It's Jumper. Not even close, Tim. Francois Labelle. That's ex-Habs Lars Eller. There it is. Sorry about the sound there. Jake said Morrissey was at practice. That's good. Not Morrissey the artist, by the way. Josh Morrissey. Morrissey the artist would find a reason not to be there. Four minutes to go. Jensen Abo, the captain, trying to get that puck in. David, you shall not pass. Kampf at the blue line going, no. Not going in. Eller. Jensen says Eller's dad is a co-commentator on... Oh, Eller got another shot there, too. Eller's dad is a co-commentator on Danish TV. That's great. Was Eller's dad a player, too? Or is he just a dad? That's sick, either way. Jason Smith said, McKinnon's had maintenance days, but there's no way we'd ever know what they really were, so who knows? That's true. Okay, so Eller's dad was a player and coach. I wonder if he was as much of a pest as Lars Eller is, man. Lars Eller over a 7-game playoff series, there's very few guys you would hate more if he's not on your team. At his peak, that guy was a pain. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Is this it for the Danes? Do we get a tie here? Do we make it interesting and go to overtime? Remember, I told you I thought it would be a 5-3 game. I think the Danes are going to tie it. The Czechs will get the go-ahead, and then they'll get the empty netter. That's what I said. That was my prediction. I'm sticking to it. Oh, almost gave the puck to Marty Nietzsche there. Bad idea. And here come the Danes the other way. Dom asked, can Germany upset Slovakia? Sure. Absolutely they can. Grubauer's got to stand on his head, and Leon Draisaitl's got to go full Stanley Cup. Full Stanley Cup, Leon Draisaitl. You have to pull a rabbit out of a hat. It's not going to be easy. Slovakia is really good. Great save, and we might have a fast break here. The Danes are able to catch the Czechs, stop a potential breakaway, at least even a scoring chance. Czechs are playing serious defense here. 1 man deep, 4 men stay back. Watch. You'll see it. I feel like Jensen Abo has been on the ice literally the entire third period, by the way. Shot. Oh, just missed the net. Lucas Dostal he's been very lucky in terms of shots that have missed the net. Out front, Olesen crushed from behind. No call on that. Simek just absolutely dogged him. Wow. Holy smokes, this game's getting exciting. Empty net now, 90 seconds to go. Bjorkstrand with a shot. It's blocked. No Dane there to get it. The Czechs try to push it out. Cervenka, the captain, 40 years old, already a goal scorer today. Tried to get one there. Okay, here come the Danes. This might be their last push, ladies and gentlemen. 1:10 left in the third period. The puck is dumped in. Hronek able to get it. Danes intercept at the blue line. Back in comes Russell. Shot off Dostal. Nobody there for the rebound. Russell behind the net, misses the puck. Bjorkstrand, side of the net. Russell behind the net. Eller. Ehlers, shot in. Rebound. Jensen couldn't get it. Russell couldn't get it. 37 seconds to go. Empty net for the Danes. They got an opportunity. Shot. And they just missed the net again. Hit the net, boys. Hit the nets. Lars Eller across to Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand doesn't shoot. He tries to slap pass. 20 seconds to go. Put everything on the net. Everything you got. Bjorkstrand, another shot. Nobody there for the rebound. Eller. Oh, Lars Eller, Nikolai Ehlers can't keep it in at the blue line. There's 10 seconds to go. He's being shadowed by the Czechs. Bjorkstrand flips it across, and this game is over. It got a little bit close. But the Czechs are through to the quarterfinals, and you can thank Lucas Dostal for that. He was phenomenal in that last minute. The Danes pushed hard, but the Czechs get through, and they will play Canada tomorrow morning at 10:40. Wow. The Czechs get through. That was a great third period. You got to give the Danes a ton of credit here. You got to give, and Roman Cervenka, by the way, who is the captain, 40 years old, gets the game-winning goal. Ladies and gentlemen, we just watched David Kampf score a goal in the year 2026. Vancouver fans, just so you know, it's possible. He can. Hell yeah, baby. Big shout out to the Danes. That was some really good playing. Good for the Danes. Really, you know what? I'm not going to lie. One of those goals wasn't great on Freddie. One of those goals was not great. But other than that, he stood on his head. Phenomenal international hockey. This was so much fun. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Since I got y'all here, we're not done today. We have done 2 of 3 streams. It doesn't even feel like that. I feel relaxed. I feel ready to go right now. But the game doesn't start until 3:10. So Hayden and I will join you at 3:10, along with Robert in the chat, and we will be hanging out and watching Sweden versus Latvia, which probably is going to be the best game of the day. I want to do a big shout out to Justin Fisher. Justin Fisher, you showed up early today. You've been exhausted all week, 2 weeks. Thank you so much for doing these first 2 streams. Robert is taking over because Justin has real work to do. Latvia, Sweden, STPN, all you newbies, I want to see you back here. If you said you were new in the chat, I want you back 3:10 Eastern Standard Time. Okay? That's the time zone I'm in. Come on back. We'll see you at 3:10 for Sweden versus Latvia. Guys, this is going to be insane. It's going to be awesome. Great chat. Great time. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in a couple hours.